Hello everyone. Welcome you all to the second video on machine learning series, Python environment setup. As we have already seen in the introduction, you can use any programming language suitable for machine learning modeling. As of this series is concerned, I am going to concentrate through Python. So Python is a programming language which is on a peak position now for all programmers and machine learning engineers. So to start with, Python can be implemented using Google Colab or by using Microsoft Visual Studio or by using Anaconda. So these Anaconda and Microsoft Visual Studio, even though they are freeware, you need some expertise to understand which libraries are needed for what. But when you go with Google Colab, this does not happen since everything is pre-installed and whatever instructions are there or whatever warnings are there, you can understand as a beginner. So once when you are equipped with all the methods and libraries being used in Python, you will be aware of what are the libraries needed for the process what you are going to perform. So after that, you can move on with Anaconda, where you have a lot of resources to understand and learn much more. So to make you as a better understanding, let me show you the Google Colab platform. Here you can see collab.research.google.com. Anyhow, I'll provide you the link for whatever I'm referring here in the description. You can go through there. So this Google Colab platform is supported by Google, where you have all the sufficient resources to be used even till deep learning. Some of the deep learning projects can be implemented through Google Colab itself. When you go with advanced images or advanced modeling or deep learning models to a large number of data, then it would be preferable to go with Anaconda with a better graphics card. So as a beginner, you can start with Google Colab. So this is the platform where you can see the Google Colab. You will be having the link as collab.research.google.com. This will be linked through your Google account only, Gmail account, as you use regularly. So this I am going to give you as an introductory part how to use Google Colab. Here you can see some of the options are available. The file is as usual, and you can see the download option will be of two types, .pynb and .py. This is a Python file and this can be used in your Colab files. These both types can be used in Anaconda also. When you can create some programs in Google Colab and you can use the same program in Anaconda also. So that is not a restriction here. And if you want to make it as a GitHub link, you can save it as a GitHub copy also. So this is in Upload Notebook. You can use the notebook from GitHub or from another drive or from the recent files or from examples or from your PC itself. You can upload it from your PC also. So there are options for these also. And here in the edit column, this is just like selecting the columns, cut, copy, paste. This is just simple. And the main important thing you want to know is this two cells, which is a code cell and text cell. This is the section header cell. Okay. So when you want to perform any coding, you can use the code cell. So or you can use just like this. If you want to use a text cell, you can make it as a text like this, or you can go and make it here using the text cell also. You can make it here or you can make it here. So text cell is nothing but for your elaboration. I am going to give an introduction on Google Colab. So this is my text part. If I want to make the text to be bigger, I can make it as a bigger text. So you can have the text like this. Or you can insert a section header cell. I'll give you the section outline. So this will be little bit bigger and divide your coding into several sections. This is for your understanding of the text. This is for the section outline. Okay. So this is with the insert cells, and more important thing is your runtime. Here in your runtime, Google provides you with two accelerators, GPU and TPU. So this depends on the graphics card also what you're using, but Google provides these resources on an instant from the cloud platform. So you need not worry about the space or the or the graphics card you are going to use for the notebook. So Google takes care of everything. But when you do with Anaconda, you should be aware of your drive, your system requirements, everything when it is going to be with a bigger deep learning project. So for now, you can do it with a none which is going to run in your CPU itself. If you are going to do it with heavy data, then you can go with the GPU, and for some projects you need TPU also. So at that time you can change it over here. That is a most important thing which is given in Google Colab, which is advantages also. And to run all the codes together, you can use run all. So when I am going through the codes, I'll let you know one by one what will happen there. For every program, there will be a session created. So in each session, you can see only one session is available here now. Suppose if I am opening another session, all your files will be saved in Google Colab notebooks. Suppose I am opening another Collab page. You can see here in runtime, manage sessions, you can see one runtime is disconnected. Okay. So if you want to terminate the other sessions also, you can terminate from here itself, because at the same time you cannot use both the sessions together, because you can see here you have the RAM and the disk running space time here shown. So even though if it is free, it has some limits. So you have to go by the limits. So you can run only one or two sessions at the same time. If it is going to be a simple program, you can use multiple sessions. But if it is going to be a heavy program, just run only one session at a time. Okay. So this is what regarding the Google Colab. And I want to let you know that in some examples or details, you need to know that we are going to deal in this playlist regarding Python, then with SciPy, then with scikit-learn. So Python is a normal programming language, you know. This is a normal programming language. And SciPy is one which contains all these libraries of pandas, NumPy, matplotlib. So don't worry if you're new to these words, but when you go through some of the videos which are going to be proceeded in the next sessions, you will understand why we are using these libraries and what is the purpose of each library. And scikit-learn supports several machine learning algorithms. So when you want to use some built-in machine learning algorithms, you have to use scikit-learn library. These pandas, NumPy and matplotlib are the libraries which are used in the SciPy. Okay. And basically you need to know how can I install this library. You can use this command pip install. Suppose if I want to install pandas, you have to type the command there, and either you can click on this arrow mark to run the cell, or you can go here and run the cell. Okay, you can go there and run the cell. This is the second option. Third option is you can use shift and your enter. Shift plus enter. This will run the cell. And you can see that this is already satisfied. It is already installed in my Collab. What is the package that is installed is 3.7 is installed. Python 3.7 is installed. With these packages from pandas, this is the version and this is the version. All these versions will be given. So dateutil library is installed with 2.8.1. Then NumPy is installed with 1.19.5 version. So these are some of the information which is provided by Google what is already available. If it is not already available, it will be installed. Okay, so this is a way to install your library as a new session, as a new user. Suppose if I want to use some of the methods from there, import pandas as PD. So you have installed the library, you're going to use that library, import pandas. Import is the keyword, pandas is the library, as PDF is nothing, PD is nothing but your object for that library. As usual, when you create in an object oriented programming, you create an object for a class. Similarly, you create an object for this library. So after creating an object, I can use any method related to that object. For example, let me tell you, I'm going to use read CSV off. So this is the method what I'm going to use. We will see this in the next session, how to read a file, CSV file as a data set and make it as a data frame. So this is the way to use a method from the library. There is another way where you can use it directly, like from pandas import read CSV. You can use either of these two methods. Either of methods you can use for using a particular method. Okay, but the only discrepancy here is if you are using a method like this, then for each and every method you are using with pandas, you have to import that particular method there. But here you can use call the object PD dot, whatever method you want, you can call it there. Okay, so this is regarding the introductory session of using a Python environment. So we will proceed in Google Colab itself for your better understanding, and I'll post you the relevant Python files in the GitHub and provide you the link of those files in the description so that you can use it and you can develop your own code with your own database. So before that, if you want to make a self-study on what is Python, you can use this link. Don't worry, I'll provide all these links in the description. So here you have the beginner's guide. For suppose I want to learn something about mathematics related to Python, how to use the mathematics in Python. You can go here. I have a math here, math.ceil, math.copysign. How to use these in your programs. You can use it here like this. Okay. This is the Python tutorial, entire Python tutorial, how to create an object, how to create a method, how to create a module, what are the errors and exceptions it will occur. All these things will be listed over here. So I don't want to go deep into these things, which is already explained by officially by them. Whenever we are going through the program, whatever is needed, I'll explain you such things alone there. Other things, if you want to make sure of anything, or if you want to learn everything clearly, you can learn from here. This is regarding pandas. You can have the user guide here. So you have the user guide here. Whatever methods you want, you can search over here and you can use those methods. So suppose if I want to do some missing data, related to missing data, so drop NA is the method, fill NA is the method. With examples it is provided. So there is no need of so much of explanation. But remember, whenever you take a data set, the methods and their usage, the level of usage differs from each data set. Maybe some data sets are very clear in their nature. There is no missing data. There is no problem in the data. You can proceed directly with the machine learning modeling. But most of the data will be having some discrepancies or some issues will be there, which you need to solve it to get the machine learning model work perfectly. So when we take on with different data sets, we will encounter some issues which needs to be clarified. You can get it clarified from these websites, or just you can search it in Google what the error you are getting. The response will be there in Stack Exchange. StackExchange.com is a very good source for learning everything along with mistakes. And this is for pandas. For pandas you have everything. The tutorials are there. Everything is there. This is for NumPy. And this is the NumPy tutorial. And this is the Matplotlib tutorial. So don't worry to be weird about all this. Once when we go through one or two projects, you will be able to understand easily. So we are going to proceed in the agenda provided in your first video. by handling some data sets to learn, to make the machine learn something and make a machine learning model. So when you are going to take each data set, different issues will arise, and each time we will solve these issues to get it cleared with each and every method we are going to use. Don't worry, these methods need not be stored in your mind as such. All the methods from either from pandas or from Python or from NumPy or Matplotlib, these need not be stored in your mind. All resources are available in internet. Whatever you need as a guide, you can search it over in the internet and find the solution for it. If you find any discrepancies or solutions which cannot be solved even after that, you can drop it in the comment so that I'll try to respond it as soon as possible with a clear explanation. If not possible to make an explanation in the comment, I'll post a separate video on the entire collection of problem solving. Happy learning. See you in the next video.